Hey everybody, I just want to give you an update on my blackberries. I did a video sometime back, spring I guess, where I planted these blackberries. These are Prime-Ark Freedoms. And I just want to give you kind of a progress. There's been quite a bit of growth. These things really grow fast. They haven't fruited yet, but I anticipate they'll be doing that before too much longer. And they're just growing so wonderfully, I thought I would just share that content with you. And yeah, so let's turn the camera around and see what it looks like. Just a quick blackberry update, being small. I'll start a blackberry trimming one later on, but I wanted to show you where they're at right now and my plan for them. This is one, and I put about 6 in here, I believe. This is not one. It's just a brassica that I mass planted. But anyway, that's one. It's not growing a primocane like this. This is a primocane. This is a primocane that's in about the middle, and then we got a primocane on the end. So I have 3 primocanes evenly spaced, which is good. And I have some small things that are kind of doing some weird stuff. This is also not one, it's a weed, but they're doing some weird stuff and not shooting up a primocane. So we'll see how that does. But in the meantime, these were bare root. I did a video showing me plant them. And the primocanes, my plan is to, when they get about 4 to 5 foot tall, I'm going to tip them, which in all my reading means that they'll shoot out a lot of laterals. And being a primocane fruiting variety, this Prime-Ark Freedom, it should send out laterals, lots of laterals hopefully, that will be berries at the tip of them that'll come out in a couple months, 3 months towards as we get closer to fall. So that's my plan. Right now they're too immature, they're not tall enough, but when they get there I'll bring you back. The blackberries are now tall enough, 2 of the 3 are. The third is really right there. Listen to that air conditioner comes on right when I start talking. Okay, so I'm just going to talk over it and we're going to continue. But the way I've heard pruning these primocane fruiting blackberries, Prime-Ark Freedom, you get them about 4 foot high or so, 4 to 5 foot high, and then you top them, which is what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to do it, and what I decided was to do it right here at the top of the trellis where it starts going across that way. And so I'm going to do that for you real quick. All right, that one's off. Now what happens when you, that's an apical stem. That's the main stem that grows tall. When you take it out, what happens is these little laterals here, right here, they start growing. That's common in almost all plants that I deal with, especially vegetables. All of these are going to start growing. The ones closer to the top will probably be a little more aggressive because it's going to try to get a primary apical stem again. But all these should start growing. Now what I want to do is I want to leave a number of these to grow out because these laterals are going to fruit. That apical stem probably would have fruited too, but by the time it started fruiting, it could have been another 6 or 8 foot tall, who knows. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out about chest high all the laterals that are about this high so that it can focus on what we got here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We got somewhere between 8 to 10 laterals, and I'm just going to take them out like this one too. I will take out, I'll just do it right here with you. So we'll take out that those little growths. It looks like there's some coming off the bottom down there too. So I want the energy to go up to about these top laterals that are going to grow long. I don't know how long. I've never done this before, but I've watched some. And I'm going to do that on all 3 of these here. Now the third one's not quite tall enough. I'll do that in another 2 or 3 days when it gets big enough. But I'll go ahead and take this one out. just like that, the top stem, and all those laterals will start coming out. Now I'll clean them up to where there's only like 8 or 10 laterals. Now I don't know how aggressively this is going to grow. It's the first year I've done this with Prime-Ark fruiters, so all this is a lesson learned. I've got another Prime-Ark, looks like it's trying to start down here. I had, what did I have? I had 5, yeah, I had 5 on there, but 2 of them did this, and that is last year's Floricane, I believe they sent me. So I had 2 of them over there that did that. So I'm hoping the Prime-Arks will come up too. And it may be that only 3 are necessary because all the laterals will just become super aggressive and take over this little trellis here. But who knows? I don't know, but I'm going to carry along as I go. So what I'm going to do is just finish up here off camera and just clean up from about chest high and below all the lateral shoots, because I want to keep the focus up here till I can grow them out or over the trellis that way. There we go. The bottom half's cleaned up, all leaves up to this point here where the first lateral is. And I counted there are about 10 on all 3 of them. I went ahead and tipped that last one. It's got a little bit of a bend in it, so it would have been, if I'd kept it straight, it would have been at the top there. And its laterals are smaller, but they're there and they'll come out. I know they will. So a couple of the laterals that were bigger, I just stuck them in the raised bed there, and one over there and there too, in case those other don't come up. Let's look at the spurs of the blackberries after trimming them up top. This is the newest one, I guess you'd call it, the one that I trimmed last. It was barely mature at the top. I just pinched it with my fingers, but it's got the laterals on it. I guess we call them laterals sprouts, whatever. I got another shoot that is coming up here, and another one looks like it's trying to start here, but the 3 primaries are the one I just showed you. And this one here has got laterals coming up great, pretty good, about the same as that one. But this one over here is the most mature, and it's got some really big laterals growing off. Now they're supposed to fruit at the tip. We'll see how it goes, and they're pretty stiff, so I'm probably going to have to I don't want them to bend over, and I'll just play it by ear, but I may end up trying to secure it to the trellis there for the fruiting part and modify the growing plan next year. We'll see how this year goes and modify accordingly. Anyway, love coming out here in the mornings. That's what the blackberries look like today. Now what I've decided to do was bend these spurs, these side shoots, if you will, that are getting really long here, and put them in between the overhead trellis, I guess, arbor, whatever you want to call it. And I need to do that with this one too here pretty soon. You can see it's coming over here. And then any that are going this way, I let them get longer and hang on top of the fence or something to that effect. What putting them through here is doing is it's managing the vines from just being all up in my face as I try to walk by. And I've done that with all 3 of these. Now I did have, before, I probably talked about this already, it's been quite a few days, but anyway, I did have a couple other shoots that have come out, and I'm affixing them here, and we'll let them kind of do their thing, and I probably won't even top those because they came out later. We got some nice growth on these things, and I'm managing to keep them pretty much under control. They're not bopping me on the head as I walk by down the row there. So yeah, I probably need to close out this video. It's been a while, and I don't want to make it too terribly long. Just want to wrap up this video of the blackberries, and for now, once they start blooming, I'll probably just, you know, do a little bit of an update. But yeah, this is a good bit of video over quite a period of time, so I want to wrap up the video. If you like the video, please share the video. Help me get my channel to growing a little more. I've been on for a while, and I'm kind of, I won't say stuck, but with all the new entries into the YouTube channel over the past few years, it's just harder and harder to grow the channel. Anyway, if you really like the video, push that like button, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.